welcome to the stream. Obviously, some big news came out yesterday. We've got that boy OpTic Mercules on the roster, chat. What do you guys think about it? W's. Okay, a lot of W's. A lot of W's going on, yeah. Yesterday, we had content, obviously. We had content from like 10 to like 2 or something like that, 10 to 2. But I'm getting ready in the morning, getting ready to head over there, right? And Paige texted me, and she's like, yo, Mercules is going to be on the podcast. And I was like, what the fuck? That was moving very quickly. He's already here. He's on the podcast. Holy shit. I didn't know what was going on. Yesterday, I was going to stay and watch a map because I was at content. I was like, all right, I'm going to stay and watch a map. But they just took way too long. They were lobbying up. I was like, what am I doing? This is my off day. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm sitting here about to watch a scrim. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm getting out of here, bro. But here it is. Caesar Skies Bueno. He said, good luck to the boys, and Mercules should have played better, so it's on me. Love you guys. I'll be back stronger. Dude, I love Bueno, man. I mean, he's such a vibey guy. Unfortunately, things didn't pan out for the team. But Bueno, I've known him forever, and I hope everything's good for my man. It's always tough whenever roster changes happen, and everyone's freaking out, and everyone's calling for your head in the community. They want you gone. It's tough. It's tough mentally as a player. So Bueno's usually a very high-spirited guy. I'm going to miss seeing him around and stuff. But shouts out Bueno, man. He came in, tried his best. I know he tried his best. And I believe he was just benched. I don't think he's like off the roster. I don't exactly know what is going on. I'm pretty sure. Does it say right here? Oh, it'd be moved to the bench. Okay, yeah, I didn't read the bottom. I'm still waking up. I read the top part. I read Bueno's tweet. I'm still waking up. But okay, so Caesar's on the bench. Hopefully I still see him around and stuff like that. Because I love Bueno, man. I was playing Warzone with Bueno for like 4 hours Monday night. I owe you an apology. Apparently Zinni was the GM. Hex said on stream. I've been trying to tell you guys this. Nobody wants to believe me, though. Nobody wants to believe me. He was the GM in disguise. Yeah, so now we got Mercules on the roster. See, the thing with Bueno, I feel like this was just a tough situation for Bueno to come into because Bueno's more of a main AR. And he comes in and he has to run flex for us. So it's kind of like a role issue. Mercules, more of a flex player. I'm very interested to see how the boys play with him. Shotzi was on stream last night gassing him. Absolutely gassing him, saying that he was going crazy. Hold on real quick. Okay, well, here's this one. Yo, everyone was roasting Ant, bro. Everyone was cooking Ant. They were like, he said you guys aren't making a change? Okay, sorry, guys.
I'm never, all right. Roster-wise, I'm not saying shit ever again.
Yeah, Ant kind of sets himself up.
No bullshit. But... No. Okay. Before anything even... Just to clear some shit up, okay?
I'm turning it up for you guys.
When I said what I said, we were not changing. Okay? The very next day, or was that Monday? On Wednesday, shit started to, On Wednesday, shit was getting active. I'm not gonna go in depth. I'm not gonna lie. There's no point in me going in depth. But, yeah.
Okay, well, the clip basically is just him saying, you guys said you couldn't hear it, but it's him saying he's not talking about roster shit anymore on stream. Because originally he said, we're not making a change for the rest of the year. And then it comes back. Now they make a change. And everyone's like, but you said you weren't making a change. What the fuck's going on with that? You said you weren't making a change. So it's like, he kind of set himself up there.
Is okay, good, bro, Merc.
Okay, here's the clip. Literally the next one.
Is okay, good, bro, Merc is literally him.
Merc is literally him.
After playing with him, bro, he is him. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, well, we love to hear that. If you're a Green Wall fan, you got Shotzi saying that Mercules is him after 1 day of scrims. Hex explains it all on the Reddit. Oh, okay, hold on. I did see that clip. I just kind of I wanted to show.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I gotta do.
Oh shit, 3 minutes long. Everybody lock in.
But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I gotta do what I believe is best in this case for this thing. So I called Shotzi, and then I texted Brucey at the same time.
Everybody listen in right here. Listen in.
He didn't respond. He responded later. So had Brucey picked up whatever and all this. And one of the main, again, Okay. It isn't. Caesar on his own is
quality.
obviously,
Yeah,
Caesar's
the
a
quality
maniac.
looks like a
Obviously
fucking hamster just cooked this shit
awesome.
up.
World champion, proven himself.
But that's just Reddit.
Anything, all the good things that you can say. Okay, love skies, correct.
Can you
But
even
him and
change
Dashy
quality?
just weren't-
Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm
guys,
saying?
we
Like,
can go 240p.
I just listened to the people around me.
Enjoy.
Right? And hearing the shit that I was already thinking sort of made it more. I am by no means an expert in Call of Duty, even though I've been around it internally since 2006. I still don't know spawns. I still don't know all that bullshit. Okay, that's for somebody else, someone smarter. But I hit up Shotzi and I hit up Dashy. Shotzi's the first one who responded. I called him and I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, first of all, let me help you, is what I said. And he said, what? And I'm like, let me help you get out of, let me get you out of your own way. And let me help you, man. I got you something. I said, let me get you something. And he said, what? And I'm like, let me get you
What, do you get him a puppy?
a faster AR. An up-and-coming, young, talented dude who you can sort of take, who you and Brucey can take under your wing and sort of like develop him, right? He's young enough to where he's good enough, and he obviously proved himself, and everybody saw what happened when he showed up at the last event. And I said, yo, let me get you something. I got you something nice for your birthday. And then he said, what? And I'm like, I got you something nice. And I'm like, all right, cool. So once I got him to convince, because he was dead set on not making a change, right? That him saying that is true. He wasn't trying to throw you guys off course or throw the scent off somewhere.
Okay.
He did say that, and then when he called me and I told him that, and he's like, he got a tiny little bit defensive. He's like, well, yo, man, like, you know, he's like, I don't understand where this fucking narrative's coming that I'm the fucking warlord and I'm the one that makes these decisions, and I'm like, and I say, yo, stop right there. You are the fucking warlord. Own it. This time though, it has to be a decision that I have to make for you. So,
Damn, okay, Hector's calling the shots now.
Once I got him to understand why, and once I got him to understand that, like, it was common sense, right? At that point, and he says, "All right, yeah, I agree." But he's like, but you gotta let them know that it was your decision, right? So it doesn't, you know, sort of fall back on me again, and I get this fucking blame for.
Okay, so essentially, Hector said that he did it. Hector just put his absolute sack on the table and said, I'm just going to go get him. Fuck it. But I don't know. All team changes are kind of within the team. Like, I don't know. I mean, if Hector's saying that he just went out and did it, I believe him. Again, I don't really know. You guys think that I know what's going on. I do somewhat know what's going on, but I don't know how these moves are being made. So if Hector says that he did it, I believe Hector. But I'm hoping that with Mercules, he is more of a flex player. I'm hoping that now the roles work. He comes in, and they just start dominating. Did you get to meet the kid? Yeah. We did the podcast together. We shot some other videos. He's pretty quiet. He gives me a very Dylan Envoy vibe. Very Dylan Envoy. He's very chill, very relaxed. He's from Indiana, so Dylan's from, I think, Illinois, but he's just a really chill guy. He's a chill guy. He's like, he doesn't really raise his voice much. He's kind of monotone. He's just chilling. And he said that he fit into Toronto like perfectly because of that reason, because they're not really too hyped up, and he said he fit in perfectly. So I'm trying to see how he fits in with our team. But we got Merc in the roster. I'm excited to see how they do. We've got matches in 2 days. Not going to have many days of practice with him, but I got faith. They're big matches as well. Huge matches. But they play Boston Friday, and then they play, I think, Carolina Saturday. Where are they? Yeah, Carolina Saturday. So it's not an easy weekend. I mean, Boston, Carolina, it's not the easiest weekend we could get. But I'm hoping they come out. I'm hoping they do well, man. Very winnable. I mean, every 10 points that we get is huge at this point. Like that 10 points that we got and then Minnesota lost immediately changed the odds of us making it to champs by a lot. So we need these points.